amazing. Better than ever. I would say, seriously.
It was your pineapple impression. It inspired us.
You know something, Chris? That song was #1 in your country, #1 in the United States, #1 in Japan, #1 in Germany, #3 in Canada.
But you wouldn't want it any other way, would you?
It's
really?
true. It's like we say as we head to the Olympics, go for the silver.
Yeah, come on. It's the way you Canadians rock and indeed roll. So barenakedladies.com. People are texting us and WhatsApping us saying this morning, you're having all the fun. You got Bare Naked Ladies on the show. Well, listen, you can have the fun too because you can go and see them. As of tomorrow, they're playing in Bristol, Bristol Beacon. Friday the 5th of April, London at the Eventum Apollo. That's going to be a gig and a half. Saturday the 6th, Wolverhampton, the Halls. Brighton, down on the south coast on Monday the 8th. Next Tuesday, Cambridge, the Corn Exchange. Manchester at the Albert Hall. Next Thursday, a week tomorrow. A week on Friday, on the 12th of April, Glasgow, Royal Concert Hall. And York at the Barbican. Week on Sunday the 14th. And then a week on Monday the 15th, Edinburgh at the Assembly Rooms. Welcome back, boys. Goodness me.
So good to be back.
How are you? Just tell me. Come on, it's been so long. Just tell me stuff.
We've been really good. It's, you don't write, you don't call anymore. So it's nice to see you in person again.
It's nice to hook up with you guys again because it's been... we're getting lots of bands coming around again, which means we can do the origin story. Because, when we first met up, we had to pretend that we knew each other and we didn't know, what's your favourite colour, what's your favourite kind of crisp, blah, blah, blah. But now we can do it. It's been long enough. So you celebrated your 35th anniversary. How did you get together? Was it a college situation or was it a bar situation? Or
we were actually counselors at a summer music camp.
Is this true?
Sounds like a joke. Is true.
Sounds like a Bare Naked Ladies ruse.
Yeah. Sounds like a setup for an Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah.
But it's true.
There's a cool story. I'd actually wrote If I Had $1 Million as a camp counselor on the school bus, just playing that.
Who wrote that song?
Ed.
I did, yeah.
But it was just playing with the kids that were going to camp as a fun song.
I was trying to keep them entertained.
Just give
for
us
the
a bit of
long
that.
bus.
Just give us a little bit of that, if you don't mind.
My goodness. If I had $1 million,
if I had $1 million,
I'd do this show every day.
I'd do this show every day.
That's,
Beautiful. And that begat its own Ben & Jerry's flavour, didn't it?
It did. Yes.
I mean, that's you can forget
That's
your Taylor
basically-
Swift Billionaires Club story today.
It was
you've hit the big time when Ben & Jerry's give you your own flavour. Tell us that story.
It was called If I Had $1 Million Flavors. Yes.
Yeah. That's basically the career arc of the band. I was a camp counselor, then I got an ice cream flavor, and number one single.
It's about a decade later.
Yeah, and then I wrote the theme song for The Big Bang Theory, and we all retired in the Maldives.
Cool. But have you ever scored a #1 in Canada?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, $1 Million was #1 in Canada.
Was it?
Matter of fact, yeah. And so was Enid.
Really?
Yeah.
This is cool, man.
Band historian Tyler
Tyler
Stewart.
is our info.
Nice.
He is our internet.
By the way, Tyler is just being rude with the percussion today because he's playing the percussion with the brushes on a guitar case. That is just rude because we all want to do that. You see that in a movie. You see somebody doing that on the street because there's the Kahan.
Or a White Snake video.
And then there's this. I mean, that's amazing.
I got it from Central Casting. Can we get a busker? Yeah.
But you see, as a happy band, you could be from Central Casting. Tips on how to be happy, create happy music, and be a happy travelling Wilbury affair.
It's all. This sounds trite, but it's communication.
Come on.
And support.
Come on, tell us more.
Yeah. We love each other, we respect each other, and we're all really good kissers. So we spend a lot of time on the bus together.
Kissing each other.
Yeah.
And we know when to give each other space, and communicate and not let things fester. We deal with the issues.
Do you have band meetings?
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
We're
Tell us
having
about
one
those.
right now.
When you get together. But do you have them, in crises or opportunity moments for one seat or the other, of course? Do you have regular band meetings? How does it work?
Well, we have sort of official meetings with all of our,
people.
Yeah, our people. But we meet all the time. I mean, we do sound check every day. We joke that it's the matinee because we play for an hour and a half in the afternoon. We throw new songs into the set. So we're always discussing arrangements, musical ideas, how things are flowing. So we're in. It's not like we just show up, walk on stage,
I
and
get
do
it.
the
I get
show.
it. You can tell.
While we were back in the room there waiting, we had a meeting about our show and the set list, and we talked about it for like 20 minutes.
And so what kind of flavor is that conversation? So how might you be changing it around?
Chocolate. Chocolate flavored conversation.
Nice.
I think it's
Good Easter theme.
I feel like doing this particular song on this tour,
Right.
and everyone would say, "Oh yeah, cool. We haven't done that in a while. Let's do it."
Or, let's break it down to an acoustic section. And Tyler was like, well, we don't have a bass drum. And I said, well, let's go rent one. And so now we're trying to look for a bass drum.
Back in the day, we used to have one. Now we rent
Is that
them.
a fact? Are you actually looking for a bass drum?
Yeah.
We
Do you got
sold a
one?
bass drum for a guitar case.
Do you have one,
So
Chris?
cool.
We also talked about how UK audiences really love to sing too.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, maybe there's some opportunities here for some back and forth.
Yeah, I know you're big fans of REM. You've toured with Hootie and the Blowfish, and 1 week there. It's a very wordy song. It's a very sort of "They Might Be Giants, Birdhouse in Your Soul" kind of thing. How is it? Do you make it harder for yourself with being such a wordsmith as well as a music maker?
Well, a friend of mine calls it my lyrical Tetris.
Right.
How I try to make every syllable fit together to a perfect
It's beautiful,
Tetris.
man.
I love it, and it's fun. People often ask, like, how do you sing that fast? It's actually not that fast. It's just a bunch of multisyllabic words strung together in a very...
No, but that's what amazing baseball batters say about pitches. It's not that it's fast to the rest of it. It's just that you slow it down with your Jedi ninja powers.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I would say that's
And the rest of the band have got to keep the rest of them going, it's really quick, slow down. Jeez. Yeah.
Well, Ed also freestyles every night when we play.
Yeah, that's handy.
the amazing thing. Because if they ask me to freestyle, a lot of swearing.
Well, there's a little
and a
chicken
lot-
wings makes its way in.
Chicken, I can't
Always
do it.
chicken wings in
Always,
your raps.
but Ed every night manages to find the most nimble and lyrical.
Is Ed
phrase.
special? Is he a special?
He is the special guy.
He's the
definitely.
special one.
Absolutely.
How does it feel to be the special one?
Well, I did ride the short bus to school when I was a youngster. So
They named Special Ed after Ed.
So you're 18 albums in. I mean, that's a lot of songs.
it's true.
I think the Beatles were. I always say the Beatles are 420 odd songs, but I think there were a few less. How many songs do you think you've published? You've not written because.
Wait, are you asking how many songs we've done that are better than the Beatles?
Nope.
I
Not
think
gonna.
that's a
Never going to ask you that
I
question.
I don't think
Not
that's even
you.
a list.
I think we
okay.
have 400. I think we have 478 songs. The last time I checked. No, seriously.
I don't know whether you're winding me up or not.
No, I'm not winding you up. That's how many songs.
What do you mean when the last time you check? How often do you check?
Every record he checks.
I've done the dishes. The kids are fine. I'm just going to check on the Barenaked Ladies song count.
Tyler Stewart, negligent father. I think, yeah, I know. I mean, you got to look at these things every so often. The last time I checked, 470.
He's a statistician. Ty's a
love
big
it.
sports fan,
What's-
and he knows stats.
Maybe one of the reasons you're so happy and still together is because you have your separate and also harmonic roles in concert within the band, but also outside of it. So if you are Stato, if you had to cite the roles you fulfill for the band not on stage, what might they be? So you'd be songwriter, Ed.
Yeah.
Kev, what would you be?
I don't know. I'd let my bandmates tell me.
I would call you creative director.
Nice, strong,
Kev gets into the set lists.
Thank you.
punchy. Jim, what would Jim be?
Yeah.
Jim, what do you think you'd be?
Fitness consultant.
Nice. Are you a runner?
I try.
You look like you're a runner. Anybody else in the band a runner?
He was a varsity athlete. He ran 800 meters in
Right.
But as I
university.
get older,
800 meters, the killer distance.
is
Everybody
the
who runs
killer
800 meters as well looks like they're going to die just after they finish.
That's right.
I was thinking
National
about,
champ.
No way.
Yeah.
Excuse me, control a round of applause for national champ bass playing Barenaked Ladies Jim, national champ. Wow. I mean, there's 800, there's 1500 meters, there's the mile, but it's the 800 meters. That's the
that's
killer,
the killer
isn't
one.
it?
It's a first contacts run as well. Like you converge and then your elbows come out. And
Oh my god! No,
Yeah.
that must make you feel sick just thinking about it. We're running the marathon in a couple of weeks. Piece of cake, man.
Are you?
Yeah. We always
That's
do it.
London Marathon?
Yeah,
Excellent.
Yeah,
That's
it's
really long.
so close.
Yeah. Shut the door.
It's so convenient. Tyler, what do you think? It's your Stato. Yeah, your stutter. What else might you be?
I don't know.
If you got the stutter thing going
glue,
on.
perhaps glue somehow. Yeah. Just
And
try to.
Tyler is always my first audience, and I would say
Interesting.
my
Is.
one of my biggest supports.
Sounding
and
board.
It's when I send the songs to Ty and I get the initial feedback.
Interesting.
It's like I rely on that so
this is
much.
good. This is
So-
good.
And that's how I learned how to lie.
These are all great, Ed.
No,
No, come on,
tells
that's
the truth.
This is really interesting. All right. So Ed sends you songs.
Yes.
He's written some good ones. Let's face it.
Oh, my- all
Not
good.
quite as good as Blackbird by the Beatles or whatever, but pretty. Not uncomplicated. Not undeserving of hit record status. Right. So he sends you one. You go, oh, I'm not sure about this. How does it land in the ears? How is it with you? Is it one listen, two listens? If you hear one, if you think that's not landing with you, do you give it another listen? Is it a gut feel? Is it a whole body yes or no? Tell us
Some
about
are
it.
showers and some are growers, definitely.
Yeah.
Like
What about the others?
I think always lyrically interesting. So,
Now,
not
you
a
sound like a
problem there.
politician.
Do I?
And
always
they're
lyrically interesting.
Lyrically interesting. They're compelling, but I'm not sure the young people are going to get what you're on about.
As it says in your lobby, continuously developing the way stories are told.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that mural in the
The
downstairs
mission
there?
statement.
Wow.
Yeah.
Before we make a record, though, we all send each other the songs we've been working on, and that's the first step of us making a record. So Jim sends his demos, I send mine, Ed sends his, and
And there's democracy involved.
Blessed is the peacemaker. That's what Kev is. Kev is the peacemaker.
Or
Oh
the,
no, Kev's the troublemaker.
Yeah, yeah.
You
Absolutely.
You fooled another one, Kev.
There you go.
no,
Kev
I'm
is the
with
Jedi.
Chris.
then.
I'm with him.
Yeah, but am I with you? So the gigs. So you got these gigs happening around the UK. What's been the biggest single Barenaked Ladies live moment? Would you say most pivotal and let's have pivotal and biggest.
I'll tell you one of my pivotal life moments.
Yeah.
I met Queen Elizabeth at a Canada Day performance.
Wow.
And it was very special. My mum was a bit of a royal, and so it was an exciting moment to meet the Queen. Prime Minister brought her up to me and said, "Your Majesty, this is Ed Robertson, the lead singer of Barenaked Ladies." And I was instructed, don't extend your hand, don't speak unless you're spoken to. But she extended her hand, and she said, "What is the origin of the name?" And I said, well, Your Majesty, I believe Robertson is Scottish in origin.
Good.
And she said,
Yeah.
"Oh, not that
Yeah.
one."
the band.
Yeah,
Did she really extend her hand
she did.
to shake your hand?
Yes. I
It
shook
was
her
gloved,
hand.
I presume, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Because her hands were often gloved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
it was lovely.
And great to get nice moment for your mum. What can your career do for you? What can it do for your fans? But also, what can it do for your family? Not just financially, but that's a bit of a moment, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How about for us the first time when we played in the UK, when we came over, we were in Glasgow at King Tut's Wawa Hut.
Nice. Very
nice
famous.
little tiny club. And we weren't sure if anyone really knew the band or the songs. And we started into a song called Brian Wilson. And, at the beginning, it's a guitar intro and solo vocal. And Ed started playing the guitar, and then the entire audience was singing at the top of their lungs in the first verse.
That's a moment,
and we
isn't it?
were absolutely
We actually stopped
Floored.
the show and said, "What is happening here?" And it turned out the Proclaimers had brought our demo tape into the local radio station
Wow.
and said, "These are friends of ours. They're coming over." So
Oh my
pump
goodness!
the show.
How cool is that? That's
amazing. Playing at Glastonbury on the Pyramid stage in 94, 98, 99. We all that sea of humanity and human waste
Yeah.
was absolutely incredible.
Two go hand in hand. Well, you've got to grow future humans. I mean, that's what they're doing there.
Yeah, no kidding. Fertilization.
Yes, exactly. Cross-fertilization of all sorts. But if you look after yourselves, which you clearly have, and each other, and your songs and your fans, and the gift that was gifted to you, and it's like it's better than gold. You're still at the peak of your powers, and I'm sure I sense that's how it probably feels.
Yeah. Well, we're really fortunate to get to do what we do.
Yeah.
It's a literal dream come true.
Yeah.
You know, as I was dragging myself around packing for this trip,
Yeah.
I was saying, I'm going on tour in the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
Like, this is beyond a dream, and we're 35 years in, we get to do it.
Thank you so much for coming here in April. It doesn't matter when you come here. It doesn't matter what the weather's like. But Barenaked Ladies in a festival, in a field, in the sunshine, doesn't get any better. I don't think it gets any better than that. That, to me, is... You are the soundtrack to that kind of event. You know, you're the perfect band to be parachuted into one of those. Would you have any of those coming up this year around the world, or back in Canada or North America?
Lots in North America. It's funny, the best review we ever got was from a UK writer who was sent to cover our Glastonbury set.
Right.
And the first sentence of the review was, "My editor told me, if you like them, you're fired."
No way!
That was the first sentence, but he said, "Damn the torpedoes.
What a miserable editor!
This was the best show I saw at Glastonbury."
What is that about? There's one of our favourite quotes on the show is the Rumi quote. There's a field beyond right and wrong, and I'll meet you there. And I'd like to add to that. There's a field beyond right and wrong, and I'll meet you there. And I hope the Barenaked Ladies are playing.
Nice.
Chris.
Yeah. Tommy and Kelly Lee say, "Good morning, Chris. Loving the Barenaked Ladies. We had, if I had $1 million for our first dance at our wedding over 10 years ago. Love these guys." Jenny Winchester. "Good morning, Chris and the team. Barenaked Ladies sounding fab this morning. They are all geniuses. Danny in the Cotswolds. I walked the dog, put on my fave BNL sweatshirt, poured a coffee and listened all throughout." I just got to say, Danny texted us at 6:31 when we came on the air saying you're her favourite band. She literally didn't know what to do, so you came on the air.
Love it.
And now finding out.
Awesome.
So,
Hi.
Danny, why don't we dedicate the next song to Danny, if that's all right?
I wrote this next song for Danny.
Okay, here we go. What is it?
It's Danny Boy.
It's Danny Girl, by the way, just so you know. Oh, yeah, baby! OMG.
Come
How
on.
much fun is this?
That was pretty fun.
Come on. Just do
Amazing.
breakfast tour, man.
House band. I smell house band.
Nice clapping.
I smell a lot of things, and it's all good. It's all not Glastonbury right now.
Excuse me,
Yeah.
that was me.
Imagine Glastonbury today in this weather. Woo! That's what you pay your money for. So it's not only a UK tour that Barenaked Ladies are embarking upon. I mean, it's every year. I mean, they're such a great live band. If you want to go to Canada, then go and see them on the 25th of April over in the Meridian Centre in St. Catharines. And then May, NC. Where's NC?
North Carolina.
North Carolina. All right. And June, you got New Jersey, and you got lots of other places. North America. You're doing what a lot of bands do now, though, at a certain age. And by the way, there's plenty of fuel left in the tank. That's not what I'm suggesting. You seem to have August missing on your tour.
Yes.
Because you take August off now, don't you?
That's when we recharge the batteries.
Yes.
Yeah, that's time at the lake,
Okay.
time with our families.
It's the only warm month in Canada.
Tell me about Time at the Lake.
It's where I've written all my songs for the last 30 years.
Tell us about the house by the lake.
You know, I call it a cottage.
Yeah.
My tour manager used to call it the executive waterfront mansion.
Nice.
But it's actually quite a lovely rustic.
Is it boarded? Is it wooden?
It's very wooded. We made a record there once, actually.
I bet the sound was beautiful, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's lovely. It's very remote. It's very wooded.
Does it have a veranda?
It does. Several.
Is it set in a pine forest?
It is. Pine and silver birch.
Have you
Free
seen-
running maple syrup.
Have
All
you
the
se-
bacon you can eat.
Come on.
Free healthcare.
Yeah.
Hockey.
Come on, baby.
Pineapple.
And have you seen James Van Der Beek's house?
I have not.
Because that's the. I bet your house is. He has an outdoor bathtub.
Okay.
What a reaction that was! Oh, let's try another album quick so we can have one of those.
I'm just picturing James Van Der Beek in the bath.
By the way, he
Who
looks
isn't?
great. He's got a bit of you going on, and there's only one of him. It's harder to be like that, you know. Solo artist wise, you know, obviously there's only one mouth to feed. Here you have a team, but you get most of the money. Let's face it. But then again, when things go pear shaped, you've only got yourself. Well, you've got a few other people around you, but it's different being in a band, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if you're in a band and you're going through a doldrum as a member of a band, the rest of the band say, "Look, we'll take a few months off. Don't worry about it. We have a group hug as long as things are going well." That does help.
Is this
doesn't it?
another Rumi quote? Is that another poem?
No, well, it's not that I've heard, but maybe. But it does help to be in a band, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Oh, for sure.
You have
As long as you're in the right
people
band.
look out for you and support, and it must be hard being on your own.
Yeah, I think so. You're taking August off. The reason I've noticed that is because A, there's a big gap, but also B, because we go to Los Angeles for 28 days because we're very fortunate we can do that. Me and my family. I was thinking, please be playing somewhere near Los Angeles in August, but you're not.
No.
Unfortunately.
Well, you can come to the lake if you like, Chris.
I would come to the lake, but I suspect it's quite a way up Highway 1.
It's a nice drive.
Yeah. It's
It's
only
a long,
beautiful.
nice drive.
Yeah.
Is any drive that nice?
It's a 5-hour flight from LA and then a 3-hour drive from Toronto.
She'll never know. She'll just think I've gone to the beach for a while. Listen, guys, I could talk, as you can tell, I could talk to you all day. And you're sort of done with the songs that we had scheduled. You're more than welcome to play another one. You're more than welcome to kick back and have a cup of tea. Do what the heck you like. We have another couple of minutes. What do you want to do?
We're always up for playing.
Okay, let me give your ticket line a shout out. One more shout out. Tickets available to go and see these guys. barenakedladies.com in the next few days in Bristol, London, Wolverhampton, Brighton, Cambridge, Manchester, Glasgow, York, and Edinburgh. With all the maple syrup you darn well. How's the merch?
The
Always
merch is
good.
Lovely,
Yeah.
beautiful.
How much merch did you bring over?
All of it.
Who carries the merch?
I don't
Kevin.
even know.
What's the best merch Bare Naked Ladies have ever had?
We once did a T-shirt that was kind of a jumble of letters and numbers.
That one.
It was kind of a cognitive trick because if you just looked at it, you could see it said Bare Naked Ladies is for smart people.
Yeah.
But it was a jumble of numbers
Was it
and letters.
pre-Wordle?
Yes. It
The
was.
pre-Wordle hurdle. Like always early to the party, the Bare Naked Ladies. Gentlemen. Yes! Yes, yes, yes! Thank you. You're awesome. You're just awesome.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, so good to
Bizarrely,
see ya.
spookily, we have a meeting today getting the production band back together at 11 o'clock for TFI Friday. That's happening today. How weird is that?
Wow.
If it happens, are you up for it?
Yeah.
Okay,
For
all right,
sure,
okay.
man. We'll be back in a second.
Okay, well, we'll have you back in a second. Okay,
You
so
dye that hair ginger again? Can you do it?
No, but I have some still left, sort of.
Okay.
And I have some pills if you require any for the hair, and some
require a
lotion
lot
and
of
some
them.
spray. They're very expensive, probably don't work. Anyway, that's not the point. So we have the TFI thing going at 11 o'clock. Also, since we last met, I have a festival now. So we're 21 festivals in. Every penny goes to charity. We've turned over 130 million quid, which is $150 million.
Wow.
Of that, all the profit, which is between 25 and 30 million pounds so far and counting, goes to children's charities exclusively. No money anywhere else.
Yes.
Just,
Yes.
Yeah. So yes.
Yes.
It's this year. It's August, but we're done. It's towards the end of August. I know you take August off now since we've all become a
we'll
little
come
bit
over for
older.
that, though.
Yes.
But honestly, I would book you for a headline next year for that if you want to do that.
Done.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love to.
It's a binding contract when it goes out to millions of listeners,
Yeah,
right?
no, that's why. That's
Great.
that's
Okay,
how I
cool.
roll.
Awesome.
So we got Madness next year already booked for next year.
Wow.
And you guys next year, that'd be
So you already have Madness, but you're thinking of taking it one step beyond and bringing us.
Yeah,
ladies
and gentlemen.
Nice.
Yeah.
Robertson.
Yeah, and we're almost out of budget.
What's-
That's the thing.
What's
No,
the festival called?
It's called Carfest. It's about. It started off about cars, but it's now about so much other stuff. We were going to change the name, but Carfest gets people across the threshold, so it's very important. But it's 100%. Anyway, the point is, you're great. That's the point. Your point is, life is great. You're great. Music is great. How lucky we are to be alive. Even when bad things happen to us, it confirms the fact we're still alive. Because if we weren't alive, they wouldn't be able to happen to us. That's how I
Genius
consider bad things.
philosopher.
Got the logic.
Okay.
Here's to that.
I'm down.
So we have Kev. Let's say it for Kev, please, if you don't mind. Come on, control on Kev. May we also hear for Ed.
Speech.
How about Tyler? And I think we're done. Jim! Yeah! Woo!
That was a little ginger on ginger violence right there.
I know. Bare Naked Ladies, rock and roll. Love it. barenakedladies.com. Gotta go for the news now. Bye.
Radio.